Hello everybody. I know it's been a bit since my last video. The reason for this is that with the recent updates, with the big patch, with the addition of Terminator, the recordings that I had kept being invalidated. And actually, as you can see here on screen, I had some really good ones. I had a super close set with Scar. I actually got Scar to switch off of Sonya while using Totemic, and I was one throw away from beating his Kung Lao in the end, but he got me. I would love to show that. I also had a crazy close match with Sunio, who's a really strong Jacqui player, using her variation with all the fireballs and the dot damage, which actually took, because didn't seem too familiar with the matchup, and I think that actually Totemic's pretty solid against that variation of Jacqui, and actually just Jacqui overall. So I was really sad that I didn't get to share these videos. You can see the results, but if I click on them, nothing happens because they were recorded with an old version of the game. There's a ton to talk about, with this patch and everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into just match videos. I will be commentating these, and for this first set, I'm going to be doing Jacqui matches. Not against Sunio, sadly. I hope to play him again at some point, but some other Jacquis that I fought, dealing with Jacqui's base variation, the cancel variation, and then the new jumping variation. One of those is going to be against Young Monster, a name some of you might know, and the other one is going to be against a Jacqui player who had a really solid record. So let's jump into those, shall we? So the first Jacqui match that I'm going to be showing is against Young Monster. This is against upgraded variation, the one where she gets to jump around, Jacqui flying across the screen. Now this variation I am hearing is very execution heavy, so right there you'll see Young Monster not quite applying the pressure. Young Monster, solid player from before, previous games, but obviously still probably needs some time with the character maximize. You see me using the new forward 1-2. I say new because it's faster, so it's really good in the neutral, and of course it has crushing blow associated with it. Using it and some spacing, some Oki there, which you can see in my previous videos after the throw, to really run away, with the life lead. Young Monster working his way in, getting some pressure on me. So I'm sort of waiting here and trying to anti-air with sword, because that does have a crushing blow. Again, you see a little bit of execution error with Young Monster just kind of jumping over me, but then right after that, getting some solid pressure right here, which is a big thing that makes upgraded Jacqui scary. The fact she can stay on you, the fact she can do unbreakable damage. No reason for me to do that cat right there. That is unsafe against Jacqui. She could get a solid amount of damage because her standing one is fast enough. I should have just waited for him to jump something, to hang himself, and then I press buttons when I shouldn't have got hit by the fatal blow, and then again getting hit by the dash punch. So I totally lost a game that I should have won. Just got a little impatient there. So here you see me looking to get out of the corner, also trying to figure out how to deal with her jumping, because it's brand new variation. I haven't fought against it before, and so I'm just getting used to things. So you see me creating some space with that new 1-2-2 string, new in that it's got some pushback associated with it, leaves me a +1. You see me getting some, again, Oki, some pressure. To mix up my open game, you see me going for the totem. The danger, of course, fighting against upgrade, you see right there, can't really go projectiles in the regular way. She can just get in there and all of a sudden she's doing 30% to you almost. Well, not to Kotal, of course, because Kotal has more damage. That string is not safe anymore. The upside is that you do get a mid-screen launcher, but it's not safe. So some good, some bad. You again see a little bit of execution error from Young Monster. And I say that because, if he's just jumping over me, clearly that's not what he means to do. He means to do the shot pressure. What you see right there is a reset that you actually get with a Totemic, where if the cat goes over someone and then they move, they press a button, they will get caught by the cat. So that's actually a tech. I will make a video about that at some point. But you see a Young Monster running away with it here, and boom, that was it. That was death right with that hit. So, a match that I could have won, had life leads, especially in that first round, just got impatient. So, I'm definitely going into the next match thinking, how am I going to make a change? So here is my next match, as I said, looking to think, how can I change? How can I maybe be a little bit more careful? And now we start to see the mix-ups coming into play. That is a low. Oh my goodness, it's so fast. I mean, thankfully it doesn't lead to a ton, or at least it doesn't seem to, but obviously tough to deal with. Again, you see me using that new forward 1-2 so much quicker now than it used to be. Well, one frame, but it feels so much faster. Also, his forward 2 is faster, Kotal's is. I see me just kind of working in there, using the knockdown to get Oki, as I, again, talk about in my Getting God videos. Now I'm just sort of waiting. You see me using that, sword cut preemptively in hopes of jumping and catching not, and now Jacqui's in. Now Jacqui's in, mixing me up. with these. You see a lot more. You see him becoming more comfortable. At that range, I do normally expect, you know, some sort of throws. You see me going for the down 2. Obviously broke away. You see me just working that pressure, using the new, again, plus frames off of 1-2-2 to go in. Now it's looking bad for me, and death. So now I am one round away from losing this. And, you know, I'm so close every time. Every time it feels like, you know, I've almost got Jacqui, and Jacqui's got less life. So, you know, I don't even need to hit her that much. I've got more life, you know. And so I'm like, I'm so close. I'm so close to getting this. That cat, no reason for me to do that at all. Terrible decision by me. Getting mixed. Beautiful conversion. Flying monster there. Neutral jump punch for Kotal can be really strong because that neutral 1 has a lot of range, and as you can see, you get good damage off of it, 30% meterless if you're doing the optimal. It's even more optimal to land with a jumping 2, actually. See me kind of dealing with that pressure, not respecting it. That was a drop by me. Got excited to, you know, be hitting. And, you know, it's looking grim. It's not looking good for me here. And that is, what you just saw right there is a pretty common, it's not a frame trap because you're -7 after that string, as I talked about in the Getting God video, but people are waiting for, you know, you to maybe cat something else. So what you can do is you can do your Fatal Blow, which has, you know, invulnerability after the 5th frame, and you can catch people that are starting to press buttons, as you saw right there, and then I just needed 1 clip from really anything to seal out the round. So kind of stole that one away, although I do believe that that's a legit option after forward 2 string. So what you see me doing there just a little bit ago is adjusting to the leap attacks from Jacqui and just knocking her right out of the air with a down 2. Because Kotal's down 2, it's actually pretty good in a lot of ways. Can lead to some solid conversions. You see me again using that neutral jump punch. Solid damage, 30% meterless, which is great. And then of course you get the Oki setup afterwards. So I'm just kind of working out again. See that faster string? You can really use that as a trip card. For those of you who don't know, there are landing frames when you land from a jump. As some people call it, landsies. But from, you know, previous fighting games, it's been called trip card. And so you're seeing me use the forward 1-2 to maximize damage after that. If you're fast enough, you can even use back 2 too. So I'm getting mixed here, but, you know, I can work my way out with those buttons, or at least it seemed like I was going to, and the neutral jump seals it. Jumping is good in this game. Don't get me wrong, meaties obviously beat jump, but especially with Totemic, because you do have options in the air, jumping can be legitimate. It leads to some, you know, high damaging combos. You saw that multiple times when I would land with a neutral jump 1, or it can get you out of there with cat. So we're tied up 1-1. So getting to the last game, I'm definitely thinking about what worked. You know, why did I get that last win? And, you know, part of that was me anti-airing with the down 2. Part of that was, you know, the neutral jumps. And so you see me right away doing that down 2. So that's feeling good. It's showing him that he can't just leap at me from, you know, full screen. I'm going to wait. I'm going to punish him. Jacqui gets some solid pressure right after that. You see me scouting that movement there, using that interactable. You see me mixing up my Oki, but sadly my timing was off on the slam. So I eat, you know, 29% or 29-ish percent damage because Kotal's extra health. You see me again mixing up the slam. I haven't used the slam much previously, so that's why I'm using it now. Getting in that good spacing for forward 2 range, good Oki. He really could have punished right there. You've got to be careful when going in. Really, you should be hit confirming forward 2. That's something I still need to work on. I'm also working on my flawless blocks, and you can see me down 2ing again, and that's again really making a difference. One reason I like Kotal Totemic in this matchup is because Cat will go right over Jacqui, and she doesn't really have a lot of options to deal with it. Now, the mistake I made, which was a mistake I made in our first match together, was doing Cat full screen. Listen, Cat at certain ranges is a good footsie tool. It's good if you scout them doing something. But right there, I should not. And you see me just like desperately going for the last hit. I should have punished right there. I got lucky that he didn't neutral duck there, that he didn't, you know, tech that throw. When he was throwing out those strings, all I had to do was forward 1-2, and I could have closed out that round. I also should not have done the cat in the air prior to that. So definitely some misplays by me. I snuck it out, but you got to always look at what did you do right, what did you do wrong, so that way you can improve. So that right there, that's what I love about this matchup, is getting away. I so thought that I was going to get the crushing blow with that because you saw that punish, but she must have already landed at that point. I was so hyped to get the crushing blow off that. Now, Cat at certain ranges, Air Cat is safe because it's like a dive kick for those who are familiar with like Street Fighter games. So if you're hitting them low at their like legs or knees, it will be safe. So that's actually okay for me to do. And amped, it becomes even safer. Again, you see me just down twoing. I'm really learning and adjusting. So that's one of the things I want to show in this matchup. Yes, I make mistakes. Yes, I do things wrong, but I'm learning. I'm down twoing her more as it goes through. So, that's the key with each of these, looking back and saying, what did I do right? What do I need to do in the next time that I fight against Jacqui upgraded? What did I clearly do wrong? Where did I get lucky? And I need to, make sure I don't think that I won because I did everything right. That those were things that I need to adjust for next time. One last final thing is, I did go for the brutality here, and there was a disconnect there at the end. So, listen, all the props, all the good games to Young Monster. I always enjoy playing him when I get matched up with him online. But it was also nice to get a little bit of salt there at the end. I felt good to have adjusted and get that win. But I do also want to show a matchup against the sort of standard version of Jacqui that a lot of you probably fight against, the cancel variation of Jacqui. So that's going to be up next, the next gen. Wait, I don't know if that name's right, but the regular version of Jacqui. That'll be up next. So we've been through the matches with Young Monster, as you can see right there, and next up is going to be against Jukes. That's a name I'm not as familiar with, but had a solid record, and want to showcase my match against them. Obviously, you're getting to see that I do win the first one, right? But the rest, we'll find out. So here is the beginning of the match, and the name that I was forgetting, First Round KO. And as we see First Round KO doing, hurting you even when you tech. You see me doing some neutral jump. I failed to follow up there. If you're doing a neutral jump kick, all you have to do is dash forward 1-2. Very easy to get a combo going. I then get an escape fail, which is great because that means I have a crushing blow loaded. What you saw there is why I like Totemic against Jacqui. You can get away. She's crouching because she's waiting for you to finish your forward 2-string with the low, and you can just sail right over her with the cat. Now, obviously, they could start standing up, but then now there's a mix-up. You could go for the low, stuff like that. I also like Totemic against Jacqui, especially this variation of Jacqui, because she can be really, really oppressive in the corner, but you can get out with the cat, as you see me doing right there. Obviously, the opponent can scout it, but then it starts to create a mind game of, getting away. Really nice job spacing on Juke's part there to totally punish me. Well done. Nice combo, putting me back in the corner, exactly where I don't want to be. Thankfully, Jacqui backed way up with her animation there, so hey, that's nice. And you see me kind of like camping a little bit, like, all right, you want to give me some space, I'll take the space. The great thing about putting up sunlight is that it makes the opponent think that you are going to stay in the sunlight. And so you can really kind of bait them into pressing buttons. You see me there again, just getting right out, using that cat. That's again why I really like doing this. Obviously, I'm back in. Little mistake on their part. I should have eaten a full combo right there, so I definitely lucked out. Nice little hop there. You see me getting out, and that's the combo I was just talking about. Neutral jump kick into forward 1-2, and a pretty solid damage, 27%, a little bit more since Jacqui has less health. And I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go and use this. I'm already around down. And there we go. Now, when you use the sunlight for chip out, the opponent could go into fatal blow. So that was a bit of a risk that I did just there. So again, we always have to identify when we did something risky, something we only want to do sometimes. In the corner, you get a real nice setup with Cat Oki, meaning you can jump in, and you can really jump in mid-screen too. The opponent can scout it and deal with it, but it's an option on an opponent's wake up besides just forward 2 or dash up forward 3. You see me doing another option there. I get another escape fail, which is amazing because Kotal has crushing blows on both of his throws. Boom, there you go, and that's it. So one of the great things about playing Totemic or Bullock versus playing Ascension is that you get to go for that regular grab more. If you're playing Ascension, you're more often going to want to use the command grab, but you get to kind of stack up those escape fails, especially again against an opponent like Jacqui, who's often going to be trying to, tech out of those to hurt you. On to the next. So when wrapping up a match, I do try to think about, what went well, how did I win, how can I win again, what sort of tendencies is the opponent doing? At least I'm thinking about those things when I'm playing well. So, I definitely noticed here that they're going for a lot of, escapes. and so I'm, going to go for those throws, going to look to escape myself using cat. A couple of things that just happened right there. The most important interaction to talk about is that if you hit someone with your forward 2 string and they're airborne, you really want to go for the sword. There you see me doing a max damage punish. You also saw me using the sword there to try to keep it relatively safe, but honestly I should have hit confirm sooner that Jacqui was flipping out and just done the 3-4 and not ended with the special. That way I could have ended at advantage. If an opponent knows about the cat flip out though, you want to use sword, because sword stops them from flipping out if they're not airborne, or allows you to recover faster if they are airborne. Overall though, you see some interactions which, end in my favor, and now I'm only a round away. I didn't end up using many throws here, even though, that's on my mind. More looking to punish, using spacing, using neutral jumps. Really nice punish from Jukes there on my neutral jump, or at least, maximizing. So you see me mixing it up. This is what I was talking about before, that going airborne with Totemic is good in this game, because you can get that. Obviously a drop by me, terrible job there, but you can get the combo starter, or you can do the cat. And notice what happened, escape failed. So, I know that it's pretty easy to load up my crushing blows against this particular Jacqui player. And so now I know I'm only a throwaway, and then that of course becomes, part of the meta of, or the mind game I should really say, of, what am I going to go for? A couple mistakes by me that just happened there. One, you should never really be finishing your back 2-2 string. If this opponent was more knowledgeable, they could have just flawless blocked. And then a full combo punish your -20 on flawless block when you finish your back 2-2 string with that leaping overhead. So that was no good. Also, I hit with a jumping normal, but I failed to combo it into the 2-2-1 mid-screen launcher, which if I was going to connect with, I didn't need to use the 2-2-1. So definitely some mistakes on my part, some things to watch for. I'm happy that, I knew the throw, and then, they were thinking that maybe a throw would come from me. But mainly you can see me winning by staying airborne against this version of Jacqui. Don't get me wrong, she can scout that stuff. I mean, she can do her dash punch and knock you out of the air. But in other cases, she's looking to get in, and you can potentially punish, or at least escape her punish attempts by either doing a neutral attack or by using cat. I'm not, encouraging someone to stay in there all the time. I hope you also saw a good amount of ground game, me using forward 1-2, me using forward 2, me using, back 2-2 for punishes. Overall, I wanted to show fighting Jacqui because Jacqui's been, a solid character this whole time, and is only going to continue to be so due to her third variation being awesome. Obviously, Young Monster and everyone that's learning the third variation of Jacqui, it's going to take time because there's just a lot of technicality to that variation. But I like Totemic against Jacqui overall, against all of her variations. I wish I could show that Sunio matchup against the other variation of it. And if I play him again, I definitely will, upload it. But the reason that I like Totemic against Jacqui is because of, a couple main reasons. One, off of your forward 2-4 string that they're going to try to, duck in case you finish with the 3, you can cat over Jacqui, and she largely cannot do anything, regardless of what variation she's in. If she's in the variation with the fireball, she can put up the shield, so that gives her some defense. With the leap does not seem to travel fast enough to catch. Obviously, this could be screen specific, maybe if the person's reactions are crazy on point, so I might change my tune somewhat against the new third variation of Jacqui, but so far that does not seem to be the case. Also, Jacqui is very oppressive in the corner, so being able to get out with cat is huge. So basically, it's for escapes that I like it. And then, of course, the fact that Jacqui is going to be looking, especially in next gen, or I'm sorry, in first round KO, she's going to be looking to hit those, throw techs to damage you. You can get more escape fails, and then, do those big crushing blows. And that's true for both Bullock and for Totemic. So, don't think I'm saying that you can't win with other variations of Kotal against Jacqui. You absolutely could. I just really like Totemic's ability to escape against Jacqui, regardless of which variation she's in, at least right now. I hope, as with all these videos, that has helped. I am absolutely planning to upload more. I know, again, that it's been a break, but I've been getting some nice content as I've been, or nice recordings, I should say, as I've been grinding up through the ladder, learning a lot more about Kotal. And I'm also going to be getting into Bullock here real soon, because I think it'll cover Totemic's bad matchups, and that'll be great. So more to come, and as always, thanks for watching.